Hello, I'm Tom Coughing. I'm going to show you the secrets to integrating all systems in your enterprise. It's taken us 19 years with a programming staff that's brilliant, but we think we've mastered it better than anybody in the world. Here are the secrets. The first thing is to master the objects. And so we put those in a tree here. You can see tables, views, function sequences, because it's Snowflake. Each system is going to have some common objects, but different ones. When I say new query on Snowflake, it opens a Snowflake tab. And notice we've got roles and warehouses. You have many warehouses on Snowflake and many roles. When I run the SQL, it's all uppercase because that's Snowflake SQL and it executes. So being able to have different objects, like in SQL Server, look at all the objects it has. And again, when I say I want to do a quick select, it builds TSQL. So we have to know the objects, the system, the SQL, and that's important to master it across all systems. Now, here's the next important piece, so important. I'm going to right click on a Teradata addresses table and say Super Join Builder. The Super Join Builder shows tables visually, what they join to, and all the user has to do is point and click. What an advantage to see what things join. And then all they have to do is pick the columns they want on the report. Nexus will build the SQL for them. I mean, you can rearrange the columns, do order bys, change to outer joins, get analytics. I'll show some of that. And the SQL is built, and we run this. Nexus will build the SQL for every single system and show every single system's tables and views visually if you want. Here's another example of my SQL. It's going to build different SQL. It's going to be lowercase. I'm going to even do something fancy. Say I want to do a cube with columns here. And the Nexus will join everything possible that the addresses table can join to. Here's the SQL. It's pretty massive. And that's my SQL. And there's our result set once again. I'm going to migrate data. Watch this. This is so important. I can migrate from any source to any target. Notice that every one of them is listed there. And all I have to do is say, hey, here's the tables I want from the source. I want to move them to this system and this target database. You could move 10,000 tables in a single click. It selects them all, but you can change and don't have to pick them all. When I hit the blue button in the middle, everything with a check mark is going to be ready to move. And there it is. Notice everything moves over here. Look at this. This is the DDL or table conversion. When I press this alone, now this sometimes takes companies 6 months. We convert everything to everything. This is converting the Snowflake tables to MySQL tables in seconds. And there it is. So DDL conversion between systems instantly is important. Now, these are the global options. I'm going to pick the utilities that I want. We got about 250 of them out there. So the larger the data, the more powerful utility that you want to choose. And we use each vendor's utility. So how can you go wrong there? Now, Nexus is converting and moving the data because it's built those load scripts using those load utilities that work with Snowflake and MySQL. Here's the logs. So if anything went wrong, you can see exactly what's happened in the logs. Now, this is the next piece. You have to be able to search object names across all systems. This is called the cache tree because we store this in memory. There is the customer number on Snowflake, Teradata. Here it is on Vertica. Here it is on Databricks. Every place that has customer number in it, any table, any view, we're showing, but it's a live tree. I right click on a Databricks customer table and say Super Join Builder. It is now in the Super Join Builder. Now I'm going to drag a Synapse table in. I'm going to join data across systems just to find how they join. Hit the blue button and finish. Now Nexus knows. Pick the columns you want. And this is a federated query. The SQL is built. This is Databricks SQL because that's the hub. Now I hit execute. The Synapse table is moving over to Databricks where now it can run that SQL. This is 5 rows, could have been 500 million rows. It's going to work the same. Here's a Synapse. I'm changing the hub to Synapse. And it says what utility, where do you want to put the Databricks table? Now it's changed. Look at the SQL. It's TSQL. It's moving the Databricks table over to Synapse. You have to be able to run anywhere. And look at this. I picked my PC as the hub. And now when I hit execute, both tables are coming back to my PC and the Nexus joins it in the background. Look at this. If you had 500 million rows, you could execute this on the Nexus server located anywhere in the world. And everything's moving through the Nexus server. And here comes the answer set again. That's what you do when you have big data. Now watch this. It's going to be simply amazing. Here's the next secret that we have done. I'm just going to do a quick select on a yellow brick system, and I'm going to get an answer set. I'm going to do this on a Vertica system. Yellow Brick's a partner with us, so is Vertica. We love them both. Now watch very carefully here. When you get an answer set and bring it back to your PC through Nexus, you can requery those answer sets, and that's what I'm going to do now. Watch what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get another answer set here. I'll have about 10 or 11 that we've run so far. And once I've got them here, we're going to become a database in a sense, because I'm going to go, all right, watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to come right up here to the Garden of Analysis. This will show me all the answer sets. I've had 11. There is the one I did on Yellow Brick and Vertica, results 9 and 10. Now I'm going to do a join. They go, what do you want to join? And I go, I want to join the Yellow Brick answer set with the Vertica answer set. They go, how do they join? Subscriber number and subscriber number. I'm going to do a full outer join. When I hit create, right there, it's going to run, and it just joined that data inside my PC. So once you have an answer set, you can do a wide variety of things. Now I'm going to go to result 11. That was my sales table on Vertica. When I right click and say set as active, now everything I do is going to be on that sales table. So now I'm going to come up to grouping sets and say, I want to do grouping sets. Product ID, here's the date column. I want to sum the daily sales, grouping sets, roll up, cube. When I hit create, this is now going to give me grouping sets. I could have run that on any system, all right? And it'll show me what I did in total each month per product ID. Here's roll up, it's even further. And then cube gives me every possibility here. But I can run over 80 analytics inside Nexus. That is saving you so much time. Now I'm going to show you the next piece of this. Analytics. I'm going to run here and get all my analytics. I'm going to drag the daily sales column here. I've got product ID and sale date, how I want to sort it. I'll partition by the product ID, and I want a moving window of the current row plus the previous row. I just got every analytic. I'm going to run this on a Vertica system. It writes Vertica SQL for all of those. And now I'm going to also do a grouping sets. You saw me do it inside Nexus. Now we're going to do it on the Vertica system. So with analytics, we'll build them for you to run on a system, or you get an answer set. Hey, we'll give you the same ones right inside the PC. So here I'll get an aggregate, daily sales, group by product ID, get them all. And watch this. All of this is going to run on the Vertica system because that's where I ran this. And here we go. There's all the analytics there. Okay, it's running out on Vertica system. Right there it is. Now it's running the grouping sets. Now out on Vertica, it's running the roll up in the cube. And there it goes right here. Got it all right here. So analytics are extremely important. We'll write them for you or we'll calculate them for you. I'm going to show you two things pretty amazing here. Just right clicked on the Teradata addresses table. And now I'm going to do a create cube. It's going to do this. I want to just capture the SQL because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of things, but I'm going to show you two ways to save and create tables on another system. So I'm going to capture the SQL, and then I'm going to run this SQL on the Nexus server and save it to a table on my SQL system. That'll be second. But watch this first. I've got a result set coming back here with 2,315 rows. I'm going to drag this result set up to Snowflake where it says tables. When I drag that, it says, what do you want to call it? I'm going to create a table on Snowflake with that data, just dragging it. So talk about the perfect sandbox. That table is out there on Snowflake, and all I did was drag that. I used high-speed utilities to move that from my PC to Snowflake. And now here it is. There is the Snowflake. Now, this is the Nexus server dashboard. I'm going to say I want to do SQL. Notice I could have done migration, anything I want, but I'll run SQL on Teradata, and I say, there's that SQL I just copied, but I don't want you to return the result set. This time I want you to load the result set to a MySQL system. We've got customers running queries on Teradata through the Nexus server, getting 500 million rows, saving it out to a MySQL system, saving a lot of money, and then they've got their analytics people doing the work on MySQL. I'm going to execute this immediately and watch how fast this is. This is real time. It's going to go to the server and it's done. It has ran the query on Teradata, saved the results to MySQL, and it's simply amazing. Here it is on MySQL. Let's open that up. Let's find that, refresh those tables. We called it AA My Table. And once again, I query it. Opens a new tab in the right color. There is that table. Total integration is extremely important across all systems. Here we just did a 20 table join across all systems. Every system you see to the left is part of this join. Nexus built the SQL. Here are all of the systems involved. But I'm going to change the hub to MySQL. So if you're not a believer, watch this. This is real time. Nexus is changing everything from moving to Snowflake to moving to MySQL. It's changing the tables to MySQL. It's changing the load scripts. Now you'll see down below here, it's going to start changing the SQL. Watch that SQL. It'll start going to lowercase. And once each of those 20 tables from 20 systems has been changed to move to MySQL and everything's perfect, the execute button will light up. There's the lowercase. And now it's going to run right over there. That's the MySQL SQL that it built, in seconds? And now I'm going to be able to execute this. That's so fast. And now it did a 20 table join across 20 systems, and MySQL was the hub. I can make anything the hub. That's the secret to integration, so you can reunite your data.